Good morning, everybody. It is Wanda here with today's tarot. Now, I know I don't usually do a reading for you on a Saturday morning because I usually read from Monday to Friday, but I missed yesterday because I had other things I needed to do that were unfortunately keeping me away from the internet. So welcome everybody who's just hopped on. I'm about to do a card reading for you, and then I'll do another one for you on Christmas Eve, but this is for the weekend. Why? Because today is the 22nd of December, and it is also the summer solstice. So in Europe, there is the winter solstice, a very important time, and it's also the full moon. So I thought it'd be really powerful for me to hop on right now to do a tarot card reading right now and just see what is going on energetically. Okay, what I want to talk about is in this winter or summer solstice, whether you are listening from the UK or the US, Asia, or in Australia, the energies out there are going to affect us anyway. And the full moon is there all the time, no matter what hemisphere we're in. And that is already impacting us right now. So if you're feeling very lethargic, or you might be feeling tired, or very emotional, that's fine. If you feel you need to cry, even if you're in the supermarket queue waiting to buy one chicken, you know, for sure, let those tears just roll. Seriously. Some of you might be catching colds or might feel a little bit fluey right now. Know that's your body releasing some of the emotions that sometimes we don't even know that we hold inside our bodies. And it could come from any of the energy centers. All right, it's a releasing. So allow to release. Rest. Take time off and rest if you can. Or if you still have to work, be very mindful and try to stay as calm as you can. Welcome everybody. Hello everyone who's just jumped on. So what I want to talk about today is this. Do you know what your special dream is that you want to achieve in 2019? Because now is the time to start thinking about it if you haven't already done so. And I've written in the chat box there, create a sacred space. Do you know what that is? Some people call it an altar, right? So I want you to create a little space where you've written down what your true desire is for 2019. What are your 4 goals? So think about this. What is your ultimate goal in your business? Like, what do you really want to earn? And remembering that when we are attracting money into our life, the money comes through people from the universe, through people. All right, that's how all of us get our money, from that source. So what is it that you're actually wanting? What is your personal goal? Like, are you wanting to shed a few kilos? Or are you thinking about going back to the gym or going for more regular walks or joining a yoga group? You know, a personal goal. Maybe you have an aim to, you know, style your hair in a different way. So that's the personal goal. You have a financial goal. Something maybe you're thinking about paying off the mortgage or, you know, selling a car to get another one. What is your financial goal in that result? And then the other goal is then a goal related to your business or to your work. What do you want to achieve? And what's something then that you want to do for your personal self, aside from, you know, maybe you're losing the weight, but what is something you want to maybe go to an art class or learn tarot or something of that nature? Does that make sense? So if you look at your goals in those 4 categories and just write a sentence that as if you've got it already. So I have the best job in the whole wide world, or I am making or I am earning, divine, not making, because it's illegal to make money, so don't use the word make. So use the word earning. I am earning divine compensation for my services. I have shed 10 kilos by March 2019. Something to that. So in the present moment, as if it's already happened. All right. So having said that, what is it? So what is your goal? Write it in the box. Tell me, comment. Say my goal, because you know why I'm asking you to do this? Because when you're listening to me right now and you're taking action on the listening, it reinforces the information to your subconscious mind to actually make it happen. I had one of my clients tell me the other day that they were having a few issues with family, and apparently I had suggested waiting, and this particular lady had written in the comments box, oh, I'm struggling with my, brother-in-law right now, and I'm wanting the issue, I'm looking at the issue as being resolved and it being fantastic. Anyway, she let that go. She just put in a really good vibe and let it go. And sure enough, the issue got resolved, and she contacted me via Messenger. So that's beautiful. So I'm glad that the tarot can help in that regard. So here I am from scrabbling on. What are you going to do today? So tell me in the comments box, what is your goal for 2019? What is it? What is that deep desire that you have been holding back on? When are you going to call your time for you? And create that little sacred space. Now, once you've written out your goal or your goals, right, then have a little crystal or get a little bowl, a little, like one of those Chinese bowls, fill it halfway with sand and maybe stick a few leaves in it, like something shamanic, and then put your goals underneath it. I know some of my clients put little candles on the top of their bowl, and they light the candle, and tonight when the full moon is out, then you can do your celebration, your little ritual of reading through your goals, feeling them, being mindful of them, use your imagination as if they're really happening right now. And then if you do that on this beautiful summer solstice, and you imagine and you feel the gratitude that you have when you have attained your goals, how marvelous you will look losing that 10 kilos, how wonderful you look at that new hairstyle, or learning that new skill, or in that new job, or with that extra dollars in your bank account, or if you're looking for something to do online, or whatever it is that you are really desiring, write that down as your goals. Put it underneath your little bowl of sand with a candle, or however you want to do it. I personally use ionized water, and I put my goals underneath a water bowl, and then I create the intention in the water, and then I leave it overnight so that my subconscious is right next to my bed. My subconscious is doing the work for me. I've planted a really good thought in my subconscious mind, and then in the morning I read through my goals, and then I drink my water. And you start to, and why do we drink the water? Because you start to embody the actual desire or the imagination that you have for your future, because we are now creating our own reality. And so when you're drinking the water and you've got your goal there, right, and every morning you're drinking, it's a ritual that you do for 21 days. I've been doing it for more than 21 days now. At the end of this month, I will have been doing it for 2 months. So I'm going to keep going with it because I love it, and it helps keep me focused. And that is my little altar, or my little sacred space, if you like. Sometimes if you find some feathers, you can stick them in the sand, or you find a beautiful smooth stone or a crystal, you can add to that as you're going along. So that is what I wanted to talk about with you today. So that is it. Now, a lot of you have been sending me personal messages with regards to reading for you, and if the special is still available, the 10 spots are gone. So therefore, the price, that price drop for those 10 have been taken up. However, because I know that a lot of you were very sad that you missed out on a reading, I'm opening up a new set for another 10 people who would like to have a one-on-one tarot reading with me. So it will be, how much is it now? $155 Australian with including GST. Okay, so I'm taking those readings between the 13th and the 17th of January. So if you want a reading in that time, please personal message me. I will send you the information, and then you can decide. We'll lock it in with a time, and then we'll go from there. I just don't do normal tarot readings. There's a little bit of effort from your part in doing something for me that really, really helps the reading, because I start reading before the reading. So I'm already sharing with you basically what the possible options are for you based on the questions that you have answered with regards to why you want the reading in the first place. I don't do the general readings, you know, oh, I just want a general reading. There's no such thing as a general reading. There's always an intention behind it. Okay, if you want a reading, there's obviously something in your life that you're not sure about. Okay, so it could be a relationship, it could be maybe the next best step for you in business, or in a job related issue, or you're worried about a family member. So those kind of things do come up, you see, and we want to know what that future is going to bring, or what the possible options are for you in that regard. That's where the tarot comes in super handy. Okay, today's card. Okay, today's card is the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords, of course, swords are always about the mind, but the King of Swords is a fellow who is a really great leader. He is balanced. He is a good understander of where people are at, and he likes to have a balanced point of view, but he's not afraid to take action when he needs to. Now, why do you think the King of Swords has come up in your life right now? So if you might have a boss around you right now who and if you do, there's changes at the top. There's going to be changes for that male boss at the top for you. And also the characteristics of the King of Swords is very much something that you need to take on. So whatever you're taking on today and for the next few days until I talk again on Monday, lead with a balanced mind. And if you need to step up and say the truth and say the what so, then do that as well. You don't have to hurt that person's feelings. You just need to be very honest and straightforward and explain it in a way that that other person is getting what the message is. So do not be afraid to step up. And here you have, if you look at that picture, the guy's going like this. You know, he's thinking, he's strategizing. So just don't blurt it out. All right, and hurt that, because that's going to cause more ripple effect. You don't want to do that. So in my foot, see, he's holding the sword. He's thinking about it. How can he strategically plan this next coming up situation? Now, because we've got the full moon, anything can happen right now, and you might find yourself in a situation where you might need to step up. So male or female, step into your leadership. Take control as best as you can with balance in your mind, and see how that works for you. Okay, and who am I going to read for today? Let me see. Thank you, those of you who've written out your goal for today, because that's more for you than for me. If you're writing out your goal, that is for you and your subconscious. It helps you. It just goes out to the universe anyway. I read them and say like, love, love. You know, I do all of that to just acknowledge the fact that you've done it. Sometimes I comment, of course. I get a lot of comments on those because I do the reading now, but I mean, I've got people looking at it, you know, over the next 24 hours. So there's a whole bunch of messages that come in the next 24 hours. It keeps me very busy. Okay, so what I'm going to, yes, the new home is just lovely. Now, who was that? Rosemary. Oh, no, it wasn't Rosemary, it's Stephanie. Stephanie Roadhouse. My goal for 2019 is to buy my own home. That is wonderful. That's so wonderful. Okay, so now I'm going to read for who is at the top. Oh, okay. Debbie Honeysett, it is your lucky day, baby. You are sitting at the top there, and I usually read the top name. I just had to double check because it was in clouds. I could hardly see it. Okay, so Debbie, if you're still on, here we go. And the card today is the Angels of Guides and Visions. And here it is, a beautiful picture there. See the beautiful sunset with an eye in the middle? And what that's actually saying is really believe in what you are creating. You know, see it with your mind, believe it with your heart, and be open to receiving from the universe. The law of cause and effect, the law of attraction is so very true. And you know what I learned the other day? That our brains, our left and right hemisphere, don't work together. They're actually two separate entities. Did you know that? And when we are manifesting, we have to sort of learn through meditation to get the right and the left brain syncing together. Because in the smack bang in the middle of your brain is like a little well of gold. They used to call it the milk and honey, and it is the fluid that sits in the middle of the brain. There's actually a story around that this fluid is activated right from the spinal cord, and it goes, and this fluid goes all the way up the spine and into the brain, and it sits in the kundalini. And this fluid is very magical. And when your mind is calm enough, and this is what happens in the science of it, with the way I'm sort of explaining it to you, between the two hemispheres of the brain, when you can work that together, and with a very, very straightforward, sharp goal, and with your heart and your vibration at peace, love, and enlightenment, in that kind of vibe, with your focus on the two brain parts together and projecting that out, man, you have got this. You have got your dream coming true for you. So keep the idea of the seeing in your mind, your imagination, believing that it will happen, and then be open to receiving. Now, this is about plans and goals. What was I talking about today? Creating a sacred space. Create that sacred space. Go out to the beach, get yourself some beautiful sand, a few shells, a few feathers, stick them in there. You can put a few flowers in there if you like, but actually take the action of doing it. And then write out your goals, your 4 goals that you want to achieve, as if it's already happened. I have, or I am very confident in my job. You know, whatever attribute you want to give to yourself, whatever that goal is, and put it underneath the bowl and light the candle tonight, and step up to your leadership, step up to who you truly are, use the gifts that God has given you. If a situation comes up this weekend that requires you to step up, do it, and don't be scared. And that is it for today. I hope that has helped. If you've got any questions, by all means, personal message me, because sometimes I miss it in the feed. I really do. So I don't mean to be rude to anybody, but it might be better sometimes to personal message me. Now, I don't do personal message readings, okay? So it's only if you want a reading, or if you just want to mention something to me, by all means, personal message me or tag me on the feed, and that way I'll read it. Guys, I hope that's been helpful for today. Remember what today is. It is the summer or the winter solstice, the full moon. The full moon representing completions and new beginnings. These cards didn't come up for no reason. Set your goals, set your targets, imagine it, feel it, see it, believe it, and then trust the universe for it to happen. Guys, I hope that has been helpful, and I will see you when? Christmas Eve, Monday morning, Sydney time. And bye for now. See you.